is wild because if you were to go into the dictionary right now and look up Pygmisha, Pearl's image will be right there next to the definition.
Welcome, cousins, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you're joining for the very first time, I see you. Thank you so much for being here today. Few days ago, I posted a video from this creator that we are going to be talking about today. The same creator who said women wouldn't want kids are a red flag. He made another video, but this particular one seems to be very different because a lot of people are stitching and agreeing to what this creator said. If you're familiar with the red pill content, they were so viral last 2 years. Red pill content were all over the place, and you guys already know one of the female messenger when it comes to red pill content, which is Pearl. I'm very sure that a lot of you guys are familiar with Pearl. You might have come across some of the weirder takes that Pearl has shared on the media. There was a time she agrees to the notes that women should not be allowed to vote. There was a time she came online unprovoked saying a lot of you guys are shitty wives. I think this one was still last year. Pearl has said so many things. So this creator made a video talking about how where are the good women? Where can I find the women who wants to, be with somebody? Can I find them in the gym? Can I find them at a certain place? And someone replied and said, Pearl is available. So his response to this comment is what is currently going viral. He said so many men cannot marry Pearl because of her masculine energy. And Pearl is someone who has always been on the men's side. He makes so many content pandering to this man. And this creator is talking about why she will still not get picked. Without wasting much time, let's just get right into it and let's hear what these people are saying.
Do you know why Pearl is available? Because even though she says the right things that men resonate with, she's masculine as hell. Men like feminine women. Pearl is an advocate for what men want, but she's not what men want. Feminine women do not go online and sit on podcasts and argue with men all day long. That is not what men want. Ideally, men would have someone that's very laid back, chill, feminine, helps out where she can around the house and, isn't like a pain in the ass. And I know you guys are going to be like, well, just hire a maid. Are you guys really saying that a woman's love can be replaced by a maid? Partnership in the home is desirable, where both people help out around the house. I've been kind of messing around a little bit on here with some of my satire and stuff, but real talk, I believe both people should do both things around the home. Fully. Like, there's no reason not to. I can joke and say, yeah, I'll cook, you do the dishes, but even then, that's 50-50, no? I mean, you could argue cooking's more effort. I'll forget, I was raised by a single mother. I was doing everything around the house. She taught me how to cook, how to clean, how to do dishes, how to do laundry. I'm just saying, I do all that stuff now for myself, no problem. But ideally, in a partnership, I would have help with those things. I'm not just going to take care of someone fully. I'm not going to pay for everything and take care of everything around the home. But back to Pearl. She definitely understands what men want. But she's just masculine as hell. She really, and everything that she does, she's very masculine. She will probably find someone that's great for her, but you guys are like, why not pick her? Because we couldn't marry someone that's like that and argumentative and fighting. Do you know why Pearl is available? Because even though she says the right things that men resonate with, she's masculine. Feminine women do not go online and sit on podcasts and argue with men all day long. Why not pick her? Because we couldn't marry someone that's like that and argumentative and fighting.
Imagine being the biggest female voice of the red pill movement. You say things like women shouldn't be allowed to divorce their husbands, that men should demand a DNA test at the delivery of their children. You say things like women shouldn't be allowed to vote. You say things like you shouldn't believe all assault victims. You do everything that you can to throw women under the bus for the sake of looking good in front of men, and those men go online and say stuff like this. My theory on why pick-me women rarely get picked is because they don't present themselves to be much of a challenge. A man likes to feel like he's changing a woman's mind, like he's talked her into something. And if the woman's already coming in saying, I'm submissive to you, you're better than me and all that, it's not as much fun. They'd rather take a woman who is independent and try to make that woman submissive. They'd rather take a woman who is clearly materialistic and make that woman split bills with them. But they need somebody like her so they can be able to say, no, it's not just us. Look at this woman right here. She agrees with us. I heard somebody say once that men want a woman they can subjugate, but Pearl subjugates herself. And that's the truest thing I've ever heard.
Pearl is an advocate for what men want, but she's not what men want.
And what was that?
That was the point being proven when we constantly say worry about yourself and stop caring about what these misogynistic men are saying. Because at the end of the day, the pick-me's are never going to get picked. Why do you think they're always caping hard on the internet? The men are telling you everything that you need to hear. They're saying the quiet part out loud. It doesn't matter if you share their values. It doesn't matter if you parrot their ridiculous talking points. They don't want you. It's all about control. They want the women that don't like the same things that they do. They want to control women and put them in their place. When they see a woman that's a feminist who doesn't care, that lives her life freely, it upsets them because they can't control those women. They know they can control pick-me's, and that's why they don't want them, all right? They're saying that you're masculine. They're saying that you're not feminine. They're saying that you're wrong for getting on a podcast and saying the things that they say themselves. So what's the point of being a pick-me? All right, you open it up, Pearl's right there in the dictionary. It's her picture. She is a prime example of it, and they will never pick her. And she looks like a fool.
Sit on podcasts and argue with men all day long.
In my experience, men don't really care what women think when looking for a romantic partner, and I don't really think that's why Pearl is single, the same reason why guys still date me, even though I talk about feminist shit on here all the time. As long as you're hot enough for them or you're their type, they're gonna ignore anything that you say and think and do. Like, my life is a testament to that. If a man thinks you're attractive, he doesn't give a fuck what's in your brain. I'm a testament to that. You would think, oh, why would men want to date this girl? People in my comments used to be like, oh my god, good luck finding a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. And that was when I had boyfriend. Men still ask me out. They really don't have very much consideration or concern for what's in my brain. I don't think that's why Pearl is single. I think Pearl is single the same reason why she feels like a pimple between our ear and our hairline. Like the same way we feel about Pearl, that's just the energy she gives off. She gives off hatred to the entire human race. Not even the conservatives picked her. I feel like Pearl is single for the same reason she's doing this whole shtick, which is, I guess there was nothing else to center her life around that she actually stood on, that she cared about, and she doesn't really have a personality outside of, oh, women should do this for men, and women should be virgins when they marry men, but she's not a virgin and she's not married. So she's kind of like, in that way, a ghost. Like, her do you know what I'm saying by that? I'm just saying that, like, everything that she stands for is in the negative for her. So, like, there's nothing there to really grasp as, like, her true self. Like, can you imagine her alone? Like, can you imagine Pearl, like, going home and, like, playing with her pet? Or, like, eating breakfast? No, because she's a concept. She's a concept. She's a concept of outrage and, like, outwardly contradicting oneself. I honestly don't think she's real. Like, the more I think about it, I think she's a draconian lizard. I think she was sent here to start some trouble. Like, I think it's NPC vibes. It's not, I don't think there's really super anyone home.
Pearl is an advocate for what men want, but she's not what men want.
You hear that, Pygmishas? Even if you advocate for what men want and do exactly what they tell you to, they're still not gonna pick you. This is wild, because if you were to go into the dictionary right now and look up Pygmisha, Pearl's image would be right there next to the definition. Yet they still saying they wouldn't even pick her, the head Pygmisha. If this is not proof that you should just focus on yourself and do what makes you happy and decenter men, then I don't know what is. How many other ways can we explain this to y'all?
Do you know why Pearl is available?
Probably because she's not considered conventionally.
It has nothing to do with her not being conventionally beautiful. It has everything to do with her attaching herself to that red pill movement, to that red pill belief system, to that red pill ideology. Haven't you noticed that none of the dudes over there, man, can have healthy, functional, stable relationships? You can't attach yourself to any belief system that makes you angry and that's constantly pumping out negativity. Nobody that consumes red pill content ends up optimistic about relationships. Nobody. Not one person that consumes that content says, yes, I'm ready for marriage. Yes, I'm ready to find the right woman. You know? And Miss Birdie, she saw an opportunity to make money in that movement because she too was frustrated. Her little sister out of her out. Her little sister, I remember saw this little clip once that went viral where she asked her sister, whatever, she told her what she did with school. She was like, no, you need a man or something like that. And it was like the funniest thing in the world. Just as a teenager, you know, kids, they tell you the truth, man. They keep it 100. But yeah, that's what she's saying, because she's over there just talking down on women. I mean, to the point where she feels like women shouldn't have rights, they shouldn't vote. It's like, it's crazy. They're doing way, way, way too much out there. Meanwhile, other people in functional, healthy relationships just over here looking at all of them like, what is wrong with these people? And in Pearlington's case, she too spoke out on her frustrations of finding a good man. And honestly speaking, she's the problem. She's the problem, you know. People get into this position where they feel like they can be picky, and there are certain individuals out there that just cannot be picky. I'm sorry, Miss Pearly Things, you cannot be picky. Just like most men out there cannot be picky. But believe me when I tell you, there is no reason why you cannot find a man to have a healthy, functional relationship with. But the problem is that you want a specific type of man, just like all the women that you shit on all day long. It's crazy how she slowly became the woman she's constantly shitting on, you know. Over 25, single, no kids, old, according to them, right? Because she's approaching 30 soon. So yeah, man, the irony is fucking hilarious. That's the reason why she don't got a man, because, you know, she doesn't want just any man. It's a specific type of man that she wants, you know. A high value man.
Do you know why Pearl is available? Because even though she says the right things that men resonate.
Let's keep it real. The reason why she's not getting picked is because she's ugly. She's ugly. She's ugly to these dudes. These dudes who she keeps catering to, they think she's ugly. Because let's keep it a buck. They actually do want the Instagram model. They want the girls with the BBLs. They just say they don't, when obviously that's not true. And honestly, Pearl looks like the kind of girl who was on Tumblr in 2015, who got 10 hours clocked in on AO3 with an extra 5 on fanfiction.net. Like, I bet you she's writing a self-insert right now about the men from the Fresh and Fit podcast. Like, that's what she's doing right now as we speak. The girl is writing self-insert. She's a Mary Sue, if I've ever seen one.
Do you know why Pearl is available?
Probably because she's not considered conventionally attractive. And yes, most likely because she's masculine. But I don't think it has anything to do with her going back and forth on the internet. There are plenty of conservative women who've made a career out of going back and forth on the internet, educating people, and they're still highly sought after because they're more conventionally attractive than Pearl is. And I know I'm about to get flooded with hate comments about how I'm not conventionally attractive, and that's fine, it's your prerogative, but it only further proves my point. If I was more conventionally attractive, it wouldn't matter what I had to say, right? I would be able to tell you that the sky is purple and there'd be men in my comments agreeing with me, because a lot of studies show us that when it comes to romantic success, men care more about looks. Obviously, it's not the only determining factor, but it is extremely important. Like, from what I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, the more attractive a woman is, the more men are willing to tolerate. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on this? Don't forget to comment, like, engage with my content, repost, please, if you made it this far into the video. I need it to be a minute long, so here's a nice picture of a dinosaur being ridden by a duck.
For what men want, but she's not what men want. Feminine women do not go online and...
So I've seen this guy and Pearl and the whole cavalcade of folks on my FYP at various points. And I tend to scroll past them after a while because the bit, it's not new. I've seen every note of this before, right? I am an internet dinosaur. But here's the kicker. Even if we take it off the internet, even if we roll back that beautiful bean footage to Phyllis Schlafly or Rebecca Latimer Felton or whoever, right? What you're going to find over and over again is that the patriarchy spends its tokens, right? And we tend to talk about tokens in terms of people of color. But the white women who decide to become handmaids of the patriarchy, they get spent too. They get discarded as soon as they are no longer useful. And here's the kicker. The very men that they claim to be advocating for don't even believe the things that they've said. They just wanted to see how far she'd go. But really, deep down, they're going to go right ahead, as this guy is doing, and pivot to what is most advantageous for them, what will protect their career and their future. But she set hers on fire. And for what? He doesn't want her. They don't want her. Being a token never serves you. Let that shit go.
What do you guys think about what that creator said? It literally said the silent part out very freaking loud. That Pearl resonates with what men want, but she's not what men want. There are other people on the other side of the conversation saying Pearl is available because she is ugly. And I would just like to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think about what these people are saying? Do you think she is available because she has consumed so much red pill content? She comes off on podcasts argumentative, talking down on women. women, and men don't like that because according to this creator, that is like a masculine energy, and men don't want to settle for a woman that has a masculine energy. So I'd like to hear what you guys think about what all of these people are saying about Pearl. I know at a point there is no way you will come across Pearl video like 9 out of 10 times you'll be pissed at her take, because there are some certain things that Pearl will say and you will just have to think if she's actually human, if she's a woman. Like, you have to think if this thing is literally coming out of her mouth, because they are so surprising and so shocking. This person said, on looks, Pearl is attractive, but she comes across being difficult and judgmental all the time. This creator now replied and said, it is not even 9 a.m. Eastern time yet, and you have already told one lie. Like, these are the people who believe that she's available because she is ugly. Another person said, like him, Pearl discovered she can get money from rage baiting and being obnoxious, selling a character and living a different life. Exactly how I feel whenever I come across a video, because I'm like, why are you a woman and you're still saying that some rights should be taken off of women, like women should not be allowed to vote. When you're 30, you are old, or even when you're over 25, you are old. There are just some certain unrealistic things that Pearl has said, and you will not even believe that this is coming from the mouth of a woman. So I used to believe that that's just her online character, and she has a whole different life outside the media, because she can't be doing that all her life. That cannot be a real personality, like a real life and a real thinking. I don't think that is possible. Another person said, Pearl talks about what a husband wants while being single will always be pure comedy. SNL themselves could not even write something that good. Another person said, Pearl has a version of a Napoleon complex to me. A version is the taller, larger farmed girl who sees herself as diminutive. She wants to be the tiny, helpless female archetype, but isn't. Another person said, men don't want the pygmies, which is absolutely right. There was a conversation about this. In fact, there was a whole conversation of the century men don't let your whole entire personality and life be about what men think. So men want the independent, strong-willed, and autonomous women. As much as men say they don't like strong-willed women, that's who they are actually attracted to. Another person said, Pearl is the type who will be arguing in the room with the men while the women are in completely different room talking. And I kind of picture this in my head. Like, our voice would be the loudest in the room. Like, let's add that. Another person said, Pearl is everything men say they want in women. Minimal makeup, modest, no plastic surgery. So it's ironic for men to call her ugly when she appears the way men scream at women to appear. And this is what the last comment I read is talking about. Like, men will not even pick the ones that they are talking online that they will pick. They will go for that one that they are telling you that they don't like. What do you guys think about all of this? What do you think about what the guy said as well, that she resonates with so many men, but she's literally not what men want because she's not feminine? She has been on this men's side for the longest of time. Maybe this is literally going to open her eyes and let her drop off the ladder and focus on another thing, because now, with everything that she has done for these men, for the men community, this is what they have to say about Pearl. And I saw a comment of someone talking about how so many men feel this way, or so many of these people feel this way, but they won't just say it. And this is the reason why I said this guy literally said the quiet part out very loud. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe before you go and turn your bell notification on. And I will see you guys in the next one.